Good day, guys. Welcome back. Now, let's quickly take a look at our GBP We want to see where this price will be moving for this week. So, we will start with our Euro GBP to our GBPAUD, GBP New Zealand, GBP CAD, and GBP Swiss franc. So, if you've not subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button, like, and share. So, first we have is our Euro GBP. I want us to actually start from the higher time frame, which is the monthly time frame. So first of all, what is the trend of this movement? It is exactly what we would want to know. So clearly we can see price has come to this level multiple times, which is up level, which we will be taking as the resistance level, right? And we will take this level down below, which for as our support level. So we see that anytime price drops to this level here, we tend to see a rejection upward, right? And when we see the price get to this up level, we tend to see a rejection downward. So basically, we are on a ranging market move, right? So we can see that our price has come to this level, right? Which is our support level. And after its price actually went up to this our resistance level, what do we see price coming down to? Around this support level. So this is an indication that our euro to our GBP is on a bearish move. So as our GBP pairs is giving us that bullish move, if you have to compare it on a correlation pair, you will see GBP pairs is on a bullish move. So any other pairs we are trading to our GBP will definitely give us a bearish move. So this is why we are having a bearish move on our euro to our GBP. Even the euro pair itself, it's on a bearish move. If you had to compare it, you would see that the euro itself is on a bearish move. So I've highlighted this level here also. We see that price will do come to react here multiple times. We saw some reaction here. We saw price came here, dropped down, it went up, right? It also happened at this level also before pushing up. Even once the price broke above it, we saw a pullback at this level, right? And once price broke below it, we saw price give us a pullback to test this level. So this is kind of like a ranging market move where we'll be watching, where there's every possibility once price gets here, it's either it continues to go down or go up. But what we clearly can see is that price got to this level and broke below it. So what level do we see this price moving next to? Is this our support level? At least for the price to get to our support level on this monthly time frame, we still have about close to 200 pips to be made. So we still have about possibly we should be able to grab it this week or next week. Within 2 weeks time, we should be able to grab 200 pips bearish move on our euro GBP. So the trend is that our price is ranging, right? And it has gotten to our resistance level. The next level this price is dropping to is our support level. So we would want to short this euro GBP on our you know we would want to short this euro GBP. Now let's take a look at the weekly time frame. So we would start with the weekly time frame to take a look at this movement, right? We see price come here multiple times, dropped. We saw it came here to this level, right? Then we saw it dropped down to this level, which to this our support level. Then we also saw it went up again, came to this resistance level, right? Of course, we all expect it to actually drop again to hit this our support level. So from this level here, see it gets to our support level. We still have about 200 pips bearish move to be made. 250 pips, at least 200 pips. We still can make a movement of 250 pips, even 300 pips. If price drops further down below this level, we can make up to 300 pips. But at least we still have a list of 200 pips bearish move to be made. So this is exactly what we are having. So we saw last week we actually kind of open and close, bullish. The week that just finished, we kind of open bearish, right? So this week that we are predicting for, I very strongly believe would actually open and close, bearish. At least the week that just finished, we actually went about it's 85 pips bearish move. Priced open here, then went bullish for some time. It's when it gave us a 100 pips bullish move, right? Then it later corrected itself by dropping. So we've been to close bearish, by the way. So this week also we'd also want to close bearish. Let's see if our price can get to a level of 0.84335. So we would be watching out for this level for this our euro GBP to actually drop to for this week. That should be giving us about close to 140 pips. Close to 140 pips. I think it is not bad, though it is still okay. So we'll still be expecting more than 100 pips bearish move to be made on our Euro GBP for this week. And secondly, if you take a look at this weekly time frame, right, this is the moving average. I've included this moving average. Those of you that trade the moving average, you know how to trade it. Once the price is above the moving average, we have to go long, right? But if your price is below 10 period moving average, we have to short it. So clearly, this is 10 period moving average I've included here, and we can see our prices below it. So this is an indication that we are still on a bearish move. So you can take a look at this movement like this. It is not a must though, but you can take a look at this movement dropped. Here comes the correction, right? Another drop. Here comes the correction, right? Which we had about last week, and the week that just finished, we are kind of at this bearish move. This is where it is now. So this week we expect it to actually drop further down, thereby breaking this previous lower lows, because this lower lows here actually broke this previous lower lows, right? So the new lower lows we will be making should actually break this previous lower lows. So still a bearish move on our Euro GBP on a weekly time frame. So monthly time frame we are shorting. We'd want to go bearish by shorting it down to our support level, right? Which we will be expecting at least 200 pips. You can expect up to 250 to 300 pips, but we are expecting a list of 200 pips bearish move to be made. This weekly time frame too, we are on a bearish move. Now let's see what this daily time frame actually says. So take a look at this trend itself. First of all, we will look at the moving average. Is the price above the moving average or below it? Clearly, the price is below our 10 period moving average. So for those that understand trend movements downward, you can know this bearish move, a correction here. Here comes the bearish move that broke this previous lows, right? A correction was made. Since this correction did not break this previous lower highs and it gave us that bearish move, then we are still on a bearish move there. So this week we'll be expecting it to actually break this previous lower lows. So this is the previous lower lows. A new lower lows will be formed this week by the time we close. So if you take a look at it, on the previous 4 days of the market, they we actually went bearish. Like we can take this on Tuesday, which was a bearish move. On Wednesday was a bearish move, right? Thursday was a bearish move. Even Friday was a bearish move. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that we are expecting would also be expecting a bearish move. Would expect price to drop further down. Maybe then a pullback can occur again, as it may happen. Who knows when it will happen? But this week will be going bearish. Then maybe once the pullback has occurred and it is over, then another bearish move will be made. So above all, this week also we would be expecting a bearish move on this daily time frame. So the 4 hour time frame, we would love to place the trade on the 4 hour time frame. So what does the 4 hour time frame says? It also says we are bearish. Assuming this 4 hour time frame is bullish, I mean it's giving us an higher highs and higher lows, I would have just advised you stay out of this trade. But you clearly can see on the 4 hour time frame, this is a lower lows and lower highs. We can take this as a lower lows. Here the lower highs, right? Another lower lows. Here the lower highs on the 4 hour time frame. Here comes the lower lows, right? Lower highs. So maybe you can wait for a pullback on the 4 hour time frame, though it depends. So this will be the lower low. So maybe once a pullback has happened on the 4 hour time frame, like the lower highs, then you can enter to short this Euro GBP. So it depends on how you want to take your trade, though. So it depends on how you want to place the trade. So from the monthly time frame down to our 4 hour time frame, it is on a bearish move. So it is still an indication that you are still on a bearish move. And if you want to short it, then there's no problem. You can go ahead to short this price. So from our monthly time frame downward to our 4 hour time frame, Euro GBP is on a bearish move. So that would now take us to the next pair, which is our GBPAUD, GBPAUD. So we will start with the food trend. First of all, we can see for some times, I think the chart here is showing me from 2017, though I don't know why it's not showing me full, but let's start from this 2017 movement. We can see that this 2017 movement, see this was it not 20 This was about 2020, early 2020, right? We saw that this GBPAUD has been giving us a bullish move, right? This price has actually been going bullish, and we can see the moving average that I've included, which is 10 period moving average. I do use 10 period moving average. We all know the rules of trading the 10 period moving average. Once the price is above the 10 period moving average, right? There's only one movement to be made, which is to go long, buy, go long, look for a way to go long, go uptrend. But if it is below it, you have to short it. So we clearly see that for some time the price has been above our 10 period moving average. Then all of a sudden, then this price started dropping. We see that this loss was made, right? You can count here as a correction, right? And another loss was made, which actually dropped massively, broke this previous lower lows. And now we can consider here as a correction though. So we would see, is this correction over? Well, I don't think so. Let's see if this price will definitely roll up to 1.84255. So this from here to this level that we will be expecting, that is about 300 pips. So we'll be expecting, about 300 pips. Let's see if price will get to this level here. Once price gets to this level, which is about 1.84255, that will be about 300 pips from this current market close to where we are predicting for. Maybe once we've made about 300 pips bullish move, then we will see another bearish move on our GBP odd. By the way, our GBP odd will definitely be dropping. So as at now, we are on a correction move on our GBP odd. So be expecting a bearish move anytime soon. As at now, the correction would soon be over. We are on a correction, and the correction will be over anytime soon. So do not forget, have that in mind. So for this week, right, we want to know where this price will be moving. So that would now take us down to the weekly time frame. So we all see it, like I said, we are on a pullback level. That pullback is on a bullish move, right? So we'd want to see where price has reacted to multiple times. We can see that price has reacted here, right? We saw rejection here. We saw it came here, dropped. We saw price came here, dropped. Even once price came to this level, it gave us a pullback, then broke above it and went up. We also saw a drop, a testing at this level. Once price came up, right, we saw the price give us a pullback to test this level. So we all know that once price has reacted to a level multiple times previously, once price gets to that level, it will definitely react at that same level. So watch out for this level for our price to actually get to before it reacts. This is one of the reasons why I say once price gets to this level, which we have about 300 pips bullish move to be made before it gets to the level, then we will be seeing a bearish move on GBP also. Watch out for it. Now take a look at this level that price has reacted to before. You saw that price has once reacted to this level here, right? You can see it here. Once price kind of came to this level, we saw a pullback which was kind of like red, right? So price has reacted to that level. Now price is now giving us that bullish move. So we would be expecting this price to actually break above it this week, by the way. So we will be expecting our GBPAUD to give us that bullish move that we break above this level where we once had a pullback and continuous a bullish move. So since we are still on a pullback level, which is on a bullish move, we would want to trade with the moving average, right? So where is the moving average? The price is above the 10 period moving average. As long as the price is above the 10 period moving average on the weekly time frame, then we are to go long, except the price drops further down and break below our moving average, except it drops further and break below it, then we can decide to short it. But since it is above our moving average, then we are to look for a way to go long. So that would now take us down to the daily time frame. So what does this daily time frame says? Clearly we are on an uptrend. So take a look at this movements here. Here comes the higher highs, higher lows, right? Another higher highs has been made, higher lows, right? Now we are making a new higher high. So we expect this price to actually break this level, previous higher highs, which is a level of 1.82060. So at least from here to this level, our previous higher highs to be breaking, we still have about close to about 90 pips. So I mean we should be able to have that 90 pips bullish move for this week. So GBPAUD a bullish move. We are still on a bullish move. Daily time frame says we are bullish, right? If we take a look at the monthly time frame, we are on a pullback level. That pullback level is bullish, right? The pullback level is not over. If you take a look at this weekly time frame, we are on a bullish move. Pullback has been made, so we are expected to go long again on GBP odd. And now take a look at this daily time frame. This is an uptrend move. So price has given us a pullback to hit our 10 period moving average. Now the price is now giving us a bullish move. So we still have close to 90 pips for our price to break this our previous higher highs here. This was the previous higher highs. Then a pullback was made, which is the higher lows. Now we are about to make a new higher highs on GBPAUD. And now let's see what this 4 hour time frame says, right? So we would love to take this trade on the 4 hour time frame. So clearly you can see this is an uptrend move, right? So we all know we have to go long. Assuming this was a bearish move, price has been below our 10 period moving average and it is giving us lower lows, lower highs, multiple break of structure downward. I would have advised you to stay out of this trade. But clearly we can see the price is above our 10 period moving average, right? And price is giving us a bullish move. So I think it is now time for us to actually go long. So if you want to wait for this price to break the previous higher highs, for confirmation for you to enter the trade and go long, then there's no problem about it. So the decision to enter this trade would be up to you. So I won't tell you how to place your trade or where to place the trade, but we all know that placing the trade right now once the market opens is not bad though. So GBP odd still a bullish move and our price is still above. Since the price is still above the 10 period moving average, then we are to still go long on GBP odd. Now that would now take us to our GBP New Zealand dollar. So again, we'll start with the monthly time frame. So we would want to see the full trend on this GBP New Zealand dollar. So what is the trend, right? What can we see here? This is kind of a ranging market move. This movement started early 2017. We also price will actually roll up. We saw it came to this our resistance level, right? Then after it got to our resistance level, we thought to see a rejection down to our support level. We saw came to this level, rejected, right? It dropped to this same level, the support level, right? Came to our resistance level, came to our support level, came to our resistance level. We saw this drop to our support level. What do we see this price moving next to? Our resistance level. Has it gotten to it? No, clearly not. Though it is close to it, but we still have a little bit of a bullish move to be made, right? On this our monthly time frame for price, once the price gets to our resistance level, we would be expecting a bearish move again. So we are still ranging. This market has been giving us this ranging markets and ranging move since 2017, and now we are in late 2022. So we still want to trade what we see and not what we think. What we clearly can see is that this price is ranging and we would want to range with it and take what it's actually showing us. So that would now take us to the weekly time frame. So what does this weekly time frame says, right? You've seen a rejection at the resistance level and we've seen it dropped and come to our support level. We've seen the rejection. Now it is giving us that bullish move, right, to our resistance level. Though it's very close, though it's close to our resistance level before you add a pullback, though. So not surprising. You can take a look at this impulse movement upward. Here comes the correction. Now we are now expecting another impulse movement. So from here to this price to this, this was the previous higher highs, right? This was the previous higher highs before we add a pullback. So from here to this our previous higher highs where we add a pullback, that is about 300 pips, right? So the week that just finished, we kind of opened and closed bullish. We kind of had a bullish move of about 350 pips though. GBP New Zealand dollar gave us about 350 pips. So which is actually not bad though. So GBP New Zealand, we kind of made this week that the week that just passed, we made 350 pips. So this week we should be able to make at least 300 pips this week also, because we would want to first of all see this price move to this our previous highs where price dropped to, and from here to that same level we would be having about 340 pips. So if we can make 300 pips this week, then it is actually not bad though. It is still okay and it is still fine. So secondly is that this our price is above our 10 period moving average. So still an indication we are on a bullish move. The movement to our resistance level is not over. So we would want to see it, come to hit our previous higher highs, right, which is about 340 pips, then go further up to hit this our resistance level, which will be giving us about 500 plus pips, right? So we still have about 500 pips bullish move to be made for this our GBP New Zealand dollar to get to our resistance before we might consider, getting a drop on this GBP New Zealand dollar. So that's it. That is it. Let's take a look at this daily time frame. So what does this daily time frame say? So we'd want to see the trend of the daily time frame. So let's see the movements. Here comes the higher highs. I'm seeing this as the higher lows, higher highs, right? Higher lows, kind of like a pullback. So we're now expecting a new movement. So like I once said, we want to see that new movement break this our previous higher highs. From here to that our previous higher highs, we have about 340 pips to be made. So guys, still on a bullish move. So if you want to enter this trade, right, I think it is time for us to actually enter this trade. Let's take a look at this movement. So we can take here as the eyes, take here as the pullback, right? Now we've seen a new ice. If you notice, this new ice actually broke this previous, pullback level here. The previous higher ice, which gave us a pullback. So this new ice kind of broke above it a little bit. So maybe once the market opens again, you can enter to go long. If possible, you can grab this level here. First of all, first grab this level, which will be giving us about 300 pips before you go further up. It is still not bad though. So daily time frame price is above our moving average, 10 period moving average, and our price is still on a bullish move, an uptrend movement upward. So now let's take a look at this for our time frame. So let's highlight some key level on this for our time frame. Kind of you are seeing some multiple rejection, right? So you are seeing some rejection here. So you can see kind of price is ranging within our 4 hour time frame. So price reacted there, reacted, dropped to this level, pushes up, came to this level, push up. We saw it drop to this same level, push up. We saw it to this level, dropped. We saw it again to this level, drop. So there's every possibility this price can get to this level and drop again. So if you want to enter this trade, and you can wait for a little bit for price to give us a bullish move a little bit. Maybe once the price give us a little bit of a bullish move on the 4 hour time frame, then you can enter to go long. But I strongly believe by this week we will take out this ice. So let's that is on our 4 hour time frame on GBP New Zealand. Now let's take a look at our GBP card for the week. So I would love to start from the monthly time frame. We can't view this price properly. So I mean, what is the full trend of this? You can see that this price is actually ranging, right? So you can see price came to this level, so it's rejected upward, came to this level, rejected, right? We saw price came to this level up, it's dropped. We saw it's dropped. So clearly we can see that this is price is ranging within our support and our resistance level, right? Anytime price comes to our support level, we tend to see it go up to our resistance level. And when it gets to our resistance level, we tend to see it drop to our support level. So now I want you to notice something is that when price is ranging, right, and it's breakout of our resistance level, we tend to see price come back, give us a pullback to test that support, the resistance level, right, before it continues to go up, right? We all know the rules of trading, resistance and support level. So also once price break out of a resistance level, we tend to see price give us a pullback to test that resistance level before it continues to go bearish. So clearly what we've just gotten on our GBP card is that this price has given us this bearish move, that it has broken our support level, right? So that this we see that this price is ranging, right? Anytime it comes to this our support level, we tend to see growth rise up. Go to this our support level, it will rise up. Now we saw it came to our support level. and it broke below it, of course we expect a pullback to be made. So it is exactly what we are having on our monthly time frame. So is a pullback over? Definitely not. So we still have a little bit of a bullish move to be made before we see our pullback would be over. At least we still have about at least 200 pips. You can have more than 200 pips bullish move to be made though. So we see at least about 200 pips on our GBP card before we see a bearish move. So we can take a look at this movement like this: the drop, correction, a drop. So it broke this previous lows, lower lows though, drop and correction, sorry, this huge massive drop. Of course we expect the correction. Let's see that correction, maybe probably cut our moving average, and if it gets to it, there's every possibility it might even break above further up to this level. So though before that it need to take us some time to get to that level, though we want to predict this price for this week, so that will take us to our weekly time frame. So clearly, what can we see on our weekly time frame? This year is kind of like a bullish move. So we kind of have like a bullish move here on this weekly time frame. So we see that price has reacted here right to this level. So we would want to see price cut to the same level, at least to the same level, which is about a level of 1.60550. So at least from here to that same level, we have about 270 pips. So maybe if you can have make 270 pips bullish move this week, then there's no problem. The week that just finished, we had about 280 pips bullish move. 280 pips bullish move was made the week that just finished, right? This week that just finished. So this week that you are predicting for, at least we should have about close to 250 pips, even more than that, possibly more than that on our GBP card. So we still have a bullish move to be made before we get that drop on GBP card. So, and secondly, the price is above our 10 period moving average. So, you all know the rules of trading the moving average. Once the price is above the 10 period moving average, we have to go long. But if it is below it, then we have to short it. So, clearly, you can see this price is above it. So, we would want to go long on it on our weekly time frame. That should take us to the daily time frame though. So what is the trend for this daily time frame? Clearly we can see this is an uptrend move. So here comes the higher highs, here is the lower lows, here is the higher highs, higher lows, sorry, new higher highs. So we expect this, we can take here as a little bit of lower lows, higher lows, sorry, if you want, but a new higher highs will be made, which will actually break this previous higher highs. The price has even broken the previous higher highs itself if you watch closely. So since the price has just broken the previous higher highs, right? This new highs has actually broken this previous highs, right? We will I think it is now time to actually go long. It is now time for us to go long. And secondly, is that the price is above the moving average, still above the moving average though. As we see multiple break of structure downward, that is below the 10 period moving average, then you can short it. But since it is still above the moving average, then there's only one movement we all should be looking to make, which is to actually go long. And let's see what this 4 hour time frame actually says though. So to place the trade, we would want to place it on a 4 hour time frame. Now let's see what this 4 hour time frame says. So what does the 4 hour time frame says? This is clear on a bullish move. So let's start from here. Itself, new analysis. What does this movement says? We are actually on an uptrend move. Assuming this price was kind of like on a bearish move, lower lows, lower highs, I would have advised you stay out of this trade first. Wait for the trade to start giving us that higher highs, higher lows before you go long. Maybe price was giving us kind of like this movement. The advice would be that kind of stay out of this trade, wait, be patient. But we clearly can see that this price is above our 10 period moving average and it is giving us a bullish move. Then it is now time for us to actually jump on this trade and go long. So it depends on when you want to take this trade. Maybe you can wait for another pullback to be made before you go long. It is up to you though. So GBP card, it is time for us to actually go bullish, and let's see if you can grab about 250, at least 250 pips this week. Lastly, we would want to take a look at our GBP Swiss franc. So first of all, the trend, the full trend, right? This has been giving us the movement since 2017. So we clearly can see this is a downward trend. You can see it is a bearish move. So here comes the lower lows, lower highs, a new lower lows, right? You can take a look at this as lower highs. Here comes the lower highs that was made here, has been made here. Now you're seeing this lower lows, which actually break this previous lower lows. So if you notice this lower lows, the new lower lows were breaking the previous lower lows. So this lower lows here actually broke this previous lower lows. If you notice that this lower lows actually broke this previous lower lows, and this lower lows here actually has broken this previous lower lows. So now that we are having this lower lows, of course, a pullback needs to be made. So it is exactly what we are on this our GBP Swiss franc. So this is a pullback. So we still have at least to this level. We want to see the pullback get to this level, at least from here to that level, we still have about 300 pips bullish move. So we still have about 300 pips movement upward to be made on our GBP Swiss franc before we start seeing a drop. Who knows if it will happen? Though we would want to see a rejection once the price gets to this level. We would want to see a rejection at this level. At least we should be able to get a rejection at a level of 1.17880. So from here to that same 1.17880, we have about 200 pips, at least 200 pips. So if you can make 200, if you can grab 200 pips this week on our GBP Swiss franc, then it is no problem. It is still not bad. So now let's take a look at this weekly time frame. So of course, we are all expecting a bullish move. So about this has given us for 5 weeks now. You see the first week, this kind of open and close bullish. Second week, so we made mass, it went up massively, then dropped above, we still closed bullish. Second, third week, we actually opened closed bullish. Fourth week, we opened closed bullish. The week that just passed, which is the fifth week, we actually opened and closed bullish. So this week also, be expecting a bullish move. At least be expecting at least a minimum of 200 pips. You can move to about 250 pips, 300 pips, even 400 pips. Who knows? Though you should be seeing at least 200 pips this week on our GBP Swiss franc. And now we have here is our daily time frame. So what is the trend? This is kind of on a bullish move, so we are still expecting a bullish move. Secondly, the price is still above the moving average. Since it is still above our moving average, we have to still go long. So take a look at these movements. This is the higher highs, higher lows. Here is the higher highs which broke this previous higher highs. Here comes a correction. Now a new higher highs has been made which actually broke this previous higher high. So if you want to go long and enter the trade, fine, you can enter and go long. So daily time frame, still on a bullish move. So and let's see what this 4 hour time frame says. So we would want to take place the trade on our 4 hour time frame, right? So what does this 4 hour time frame says? It says we are on a bullish move. So and again, the 4 hour time frame is above our moving average. So guys, so if you want to enter this trade, then there's only one movement you should be watching out for, or you should take, which is to actually go long on GBP Swiss franc.